Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are fine. I hope you guys are okay. So today we are going to talk about Azure. All right. So let me close this window over here. And today we are going to see how we can we are going to get an overview about Azure. But first, um, Azure free account. We are going to see how to get a Azure free account. All right, so here we are, and then we just select start for free. Microsoft gives you like $200 in Azure credit for you to try and test all the environments like virtual machines, SQL databases, function apps, static websites, all kind of stuff you can try. All right. So what is this overview? Well, we are going to see how it looks like. Okay, so it's very easy and very simple. Okay, and like here we have the PowerShell. Look, the first time I open it, so I need to create an storage because I don't have any storage, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to close it, and then the configuration. Here's the menu, the side, the left side. Okay, so here we have all the services. In all the services we can see there's a lot of services, a lot of them, right? So we have SQL, VMs, networks, AI, and like disk storages, okay, web and mobile, all kind of stuff we have here. So specifically for this training for the pen testing, we are going to use few only few applications, few solutions from Azure. The first one we are going to see is going to be Microsoft Entra. Okay, Microsoft Entra is this one right here. So let me see something. Microsoft Entra dot Microsoft. Here we are. Well, Microsoft Entra, we can manage all our computers, users, groups, our devices, okay, in our network applications, and like protection, identity government, external identities like third-party companies, um, providers. Let's say we have a project that includes someone from other companies, so we can use it here. We can register them into our platform for a year, a month. We can give them like some kind of um, access level, like administrators, developers, and so on. Okay. Now, back in here, we are going to see about Entra in the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about storage. It's right here. So, for what we need storage for almost all the services we use in Azure, we need a storage account. Okay, for example, the PowerShell could open just with storage. Okay, we can use like 500 terabytes of data in the cloud, so it's a lot of stuff, a lot of them. Use general purpose storage account to store object data, use SQL storage, define and use queries or for message processing, and more. Use the blob storage account to host hot or cool. It means like we have hot that we use every single day, and we have cool that we access like for backup. You know, in Amazon we have hot, warm, cool, and the cold. The cold ones for the backup, literally backup, right? The cool one is when you want to access few times per month, let's say, and the hot we have to access it every single day. So let's create a new storage account. Important thing, let me see here what we have. Test group. Okay. Storage name should be just with numbers and lowercase letters. Okay, so cipher sec test. The region is going to be East US, and then standard. Okay, geo redundance. Next. Okay, render encounter it. Okay, resource ID. All right, so the resource group probably is not valid no more. Okay, so let me create a new one. Storages. Okay, so cipher test. Let me see. East US and then next. Yep. So I'm not going to touch anything from here. Okay. Let's as standard. This is for us just to test. All right. We are going to let all the services in standard way because when we start performing a pen test, we have to modify some stuff and we have to keep others in the same way it was created. So next, um, next, and then next, 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 and validation in process. Okay, so we have to create. Let's see if it's going to be created in this way. Okay, deployment is in progress. This is how we create a storage account. All right. So this is one of the 5 resources we are going to use. We're going to use function apps, SQL database, app services, and VM. Okay, so we're going to use storage, virtual machines, SQL database, function apps, and app services. And then we are going to manage all of it using Microsoft Entra. Okay, well, let me back here. So here we have already storage account. So let's get in, and then here we can see whatever we need. All right, like activity log, tags, diagnose and solve problems, access control. Like we can modify all the access, view my access, and all the stuff. Let me see something. Don't bother even trying later because I'm going to delete this resource and create a new one. Okay, so you don't need to go after it, try to do pen testing or something like that. Data migration, we can migrate some data from Azure Blobs, data, database, or cloud, and then we can select the scenario. Events, event description. Now storage browser, okay, like blob container, file shares, or tables or queues. Let's say file, and then let's add one file. First file. Transaction optimized. Let's put on the hot and then create. So successfully, I'm going to refresh here. 5 TB in space. I'm going to upload the web file. So let's browse into it here, then upload. Done. Okay. So done. All right. The file properties we have it here. Okay. Let me open new browser to see if it's available already or if you have to do something. Yeah, so it's not valid. Okay, we have to modify. Let me check something. Properties. All right, no, sorry. Here, copy URL general SAS Q1 known access policy known. There's none. Permissions to read only. Start date and expire date, and then allowed IP address, time zone, HTTPS on, and generate SAS and URL. So here we have the file. All right. Then let me close it. Let me open here. Now we can access, I think, yeah, now we can access the picture. All right, and well, this is one of the main functions of Azure, because a lot of companies use Azure to store data, to store files, and sometimes they just like do some configurations that not right. Like we can find a lot of misconfigurations, and we can use these vulnerabilities to access some into data. All right, this is one of the functions from a storage browser. So here we have a storage mover, for example. We can create containers. Okay, we have logs, but we can create another container here, and then we can just change the uh, test count. Okay, and then okay, so advanced, we can select like from existing scope, there's none. So we could create, I'm not going to create it now because this video is going to be very long. And then we have the file shares. I just shared a file with you guys, the queries or tables, or oh lord, where is it? Okay, here, networking, for example. Well, we can enable from all networks, enable selected virtual networks. So we could create a virtual network, okay, and we could add existing one. So the firewall, we could select a range, okay, a CIDR. So we could use the resource instances. All right, here, for example, there's a lot of we could use, but we are not going to do that. Just a second. Let me see something. Yeah, and well, let's start it. So we can network routing. We can use also internet routing, private endpoint connection. We could create a connection between P2P, let's say, point to point, or we could use content delivery network, like, all right, to control everything, to keep everything safe. You see here a blob. So access key, I'm going to delete that also. Don't need to even bother trying to get something. Share and access signature. Shared access signature. Well, we can use this to give some access to people, you see, as I did to the file before. So we can allow both HTTPS and HTTP. Encryption we can use. Okay, we could create a customer or use Microsoft managed keys. Also Microsoft Defender for Cloud. We are going to talk a little bit in other videos about Microsoft Defender, so I'm not going to even show you guys right now. Storage tasks, what we could do or not, or the tasks it has to redundancy. You guys know what redundancy is, right? To give it availability. So data protection. Also, we can enable backup from blobs, um, enable point in time restore for containers, enable permanent delete for soft deleted items, or other stuff. So objective replications. Okay, so we have a lot of information here. Static website, for example, we can enable it and host a website inside our storage account into a container or blob. Okay, so this is like I will tell you guys, create an account if you don't have one, right? Even the free one, and check out by yourself because there's a lot of options here. Okay, I want to show you guys just the basic stuff for us to keep going and to learn the basics from Azure Cloud, so we can start the pen testing on the cloud with Azure. All right, so that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching my content. If you liked, give me a like, share for friends. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys in the next video.